Hello everyone, my name is Akhil, and in this webinar we'll talk about how you can take your business online with Zoho Inventory and Shopify. In the next 30 minutes or so, we'll talk about the current scenario of the e-commerce industry, why it is important to have an order management system, how Zoho Inventory integrates with Shopify, what additional benefits you get out of this integration. We are living in 2020, and if you are not really making an effort to get your business online, well then, simply put, you're missing out on a lot. Especially in the current scenario where people are searching for local business like yours online. According to a study, the number of digital buyers worldwide is expected to reach 2.5 billion in 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic has pushed more consumers to shift their shopping habits online. And according to the latest research by Ipsos, in 11 out of the 12 markets that they surveyed, consumers said that they would more frequently purchase products online than they would normally buy in a brick and mortar store. As a result, the US retailers' year-on-year revenue grew up to 68% as of mid-April. You get the gist, right? The e-commerce industry is emerging as a key pillar in the global fight against COVID-19. Online shopping is playing a crucial role more than ever. At a time like this, if your store is not online, you're missing out on a lot of customers. It's like having a closed sign on the door when customers show up. Data shows that as many as 87% of shoppers now begin product searches on digital channels. This number has increased compared to previous years. Alright, let's say this has motivated you to take your store online. Now, where do you start? First of all, you need a couple of things: a website or an online storefront, and an order management system. So in the next part of the webinar, we'll talk about setting up an online store using Shopify.
For those of you who aren't very familiar with Shopify, it is a complete e-commerce platform that lets you start, develop, and manage your business and create your storefront online. With Shopify, you can create and customize an online store, manage your products, handle shipping and the payments as well. So once you reach shopify.com, you can see different aspects on how you can sell your items, like online store, point of sale, checkout, sales channels, and all those details. And they also have solutions for payments and shippings as well. Now, if you want to learn more on various aspects of Shopify, you can simply click on Learn, and they have a comprehensive help center, blog posts, guides, and all other learning materials as well. So you can just enter the email address, put a store name, and sign up for a free trial that Shopify offers. So I have gone ahead and signed up for a free trial of Shopify, and this is how the interface would look like. The home screen, once you sign up, will tell you different aspects that you would have to do to get you started, like adding product, customizing your storefront theme, adding a domain, and so on. Apart from that, you can set up a local delivery, set up your delivery partners, add your shipping policies, various help documentations that Shopify provides you, and so on. The order sections will have all your orders. You can filter based on unfulfilled, paid, unpaid, and open, and so on. And the products is wherein you would add your inventory. You can simply click on add product and enter the details to add your products. The inventory basically gives you the list of items that you have, the stock availability, and so on. So transfers let you transfer stock between the Shopify locations that you would have created within Shopify. You have collections, gift card, and so on. Customers is wherein you will find all the customers that you already have. Analytics section gives you an overview on how well your business is doing, which includes reports and so on. You can use the marketing module here to run campaigns and automations to make sure that you have enough visibility online. You can create discount coupons. The app section of Shopify provides various apps and tools that you can download to boost your business. So online store is the section wherein you can take a look on how your store would look like to your customers. Here you can customize your theme, upload your existing theme if you have any, upload your or choose from paid or free themes that Shopify provides, and you can write blog posts to increase your sales, write pages, add navigations, You can add your domain names here and so on. And in the settings section, you can have or customize various aspects within Shopify, wherein you can add locations. Locations is nothing but warehouses. So this was just to give you an overview on different areas of Shopify. You can very well check out their help documentation, and you can also get connected with their partners and other developers to actually customize your storefront. So that's about it. Once you have set up everything, you're good to go. Now your store is online and a hit with your customers, and the order starts pouring in. Managing a handful of orders is easy. You can do that manually. But what if the orders are increasing on a daily basis? Manually managing them could get tedious, and that's why you would need an order management system to help you manage your orders from end to end. So let's dive deep to find out why. So far, we have been speaking about taking your business online. And so, let's say you have two different stores, online and offline. Now you really need a centralized system to manage your inventory and orders across multiple channels. And here is where an inventory and order management system can be beneficial to you. After all, poor inventory management is one of the top reasons for a business's downfall. Now, here are some additional benefits of having an inventory management system. First of all, one of the top benefits of an order management system is enhanced visibility that it provides. With this software in place, you can be sure that orders are filled correctly and shipped within proper time frame. Another advantage of having a good inventory management system is you can save a lot. Did you know that around 25% of the business revenue is spent on managing inventory? But does it have to be that way? Not really. With increased order accuracy, you can save considerably. And these savings can lead to order management system paying for itself within the first few months of use, especially when it comes to a reduction in cost associated with incorrect or late orders. Last but not the least, having a good inventory management system improves customer service, and happy customers means good business. An order management system offers real-time updates on the status of the orders that the customers would place, and also you can know about your inventory. By having real-time update on the orders, you can pass these information to your customers who would know exactly when they can expect the shipment. This leads to better customer service and an enhanced overall experience for customers. Okay, so now you need an excellent order management system, and that brings us to Zoho Inventory. So, Zoho Inventory is an inventory and order management software for growing businesses. With Zoho Inventory, you can increase your sales, keep track of every unit with our powerful stock management, order fulfillment, and inventory control software. So why choose Zoho Inventory? It's easy to use and easy to set up. It's private, secure, and very user-friendly. It supports multiple sales channels, multiple physical locations, and multiple currencies. And it allows you to track your cash flow, stock flow, and also takes care of your taxes. And at the last, it also generates comprehensive analytics for your business. So let me give you a quick overview on what Zoho Inventory is all about. So once you log into Zoho Inventory, you will be treated with the dashboard of Zoho Inventory. It gives you a bird's eye view of all the transactions that you would have done so far within Zoho Inventory. Please note that each and every element that you see within the dashboard is internally hotwired. So if I click on, let's say, sales activity, it will take me to the respective module of Zoho Inventory. So that was about the dashboard. Now let's take a look at the items module in Zoho Inventory. So the items module in Zoho Inventory is split into three sections: item groups, items, and composite items. Now let's take a look at the items module. So here is where you can add your inventory items. For that, you just need to enter the basic informations like name, unit, selling and purchase price, the inventory account, and you can also set a preferred vendor and also set a reorder point as well. And item groups will allow you to add your variants in Zoho Inventory. You can enter the attributes and the options for the attributes, and Zoho Inventory will automatically create the items for you. Please note that once you sync your Shopify with Zoho Inventory, we will fetch the item details and create the items within Zoho Inventory. So, composite item allows you to sell bundles. So here you can associate multiple line items that goes into a bundle and sell them as a package. Now coming to inventory adjustment, this is wherein you can adjust your inventory. Let's say if there is a stock take happening and there is a mismatch between the stock you have within your store and in Zoho Inventory, you will be able to adjust the stock accordingly. So Zoho Inventory supports multiple warehouses, so you will be able to track the stock of your item in multiple locations. And using transfer orders, you will be able to transfer your stock from one location to another. And using price list, you can provide discounts for your regular customers. So you can create as many price lists as you want and associate while creating a customer. So next would be the sales section. So here you can create your customers. So you can enter the customer display name, tax details, and so on, and create the customer. You can add their addresses. If they have any contact person, you can add them as well. And apart from that, if you want to create or add any other additional information for that particular customer, you will be able to add it as custom fields within Zoho Inventory. Now, the sales order sections allows you to create manual sales orders, or you can integrate the different marketplaces and sales channels that we have, and we'll fetch in the sales order like this. So I'll talk about the sales part of it in the later part of the webinar. Let's jump on to the purchase part of Zoho Inventory. Here you can add your vendors in a similar way as customers, wherein you can add the certain details that Zoho Inventory asks for. And once the vendors are added, you can create purchase orders. So just select the vendor, and let me quickly create a purchase order here. So once it has been drafted, what you can do is you can actually create a purchase receipt, which is nothing but a GRN. Just enter certain numbers, and please note that you can actually auto generate these purchase receipt number as well. So I'm going to save it at that and hit receive to make sure that. So once it has been received, you can actually convert the purchase receipt into a bill to record the payment that you would make to your vendor. So just enter a bill number and hit save. So once you have recorded the bill, you can record the payment that you would make for that particular vendor. So click on record payment, enter the details, and hit save. So all the payments that you would have made for your vendor will appear in the payments made section. And if you want to make an advance payment or record an advance payment to the vendor, you can directly select the vendor and record an advance payment. And you can apply this advance payment to the already existing bills within Zoho Inventory. So that's about the purchase section. Let me quickly run you through the reports as well. So Zoho Inventory supports more than 30 plus reports. So let's take the example of inventory summary. It gives you details on the stock on hand that you have within Zoho Inventory, the quantity in, what went out, your committed stock, and what your available for sale is. So in this way, you can run different reports to get business. The settings section will allow you to configure your preferences, right from how you would like to track your stock, your branding, how you would want your logo to look like, customer and vendor preferences, item preferences, and so on. You can add or adjust your new currencies, enable or disable your exchange rate feeds, add your taxes, customize your templates, customize again your email templates, and so on. And you can also add your organization address and your primary contacts and so on within the settings section of Zoho Inventory. Apart from these features that we quickly went over, Zoho Inventory also supports other power-packed features like serial number tracking, batch number tracking. You can create back orders, drop shipping, barcode scanning, to name a few. So let's take a look at the integrations that Zoho Inventory offers. So using Aftership, you will be able to track your shipment in real time using Zoho Inventory. And we are integrated with UPS, USPS, and around 40 plus different other carriers via EasyPost. And this integration will allow you to generate the shipping label right from Zoho Inventory, get the rates for your packages, and track your shipments real time using these integrations. Zoho Commerce is another application that we have. So using which you can again create an online storefront and integrate that with Zoho Inventory. For marketplaces, we integrate with Etsy, Amazon, and eBay, and the workflow would be very similar to what we would see with Shopify that we will talk about in the later part of the webinar. For shopping cart, we have integrations with Shopify and other platforms like BigCommerce, Magento, WooCommerce, PrestaShop, and so on using cloud connectors. For accounting integration, we integrate with QuickBooks. For Zoho apps, we have a tight integration. We will talk about this part in the later part of the webinar. And for SMS integration, we integrate with Twilio. So you can send SMS notification to your customers. So let's say whenever they create an invoice, you want to send an SMS about the payment details, you can actually connect Twilio and you can send SMS to your customers. For other apps, we are integrated with Slack, Avalara, which will allow you to automatically assign tax rules and tax settings based on your location. We are integrated with Google and Microsoft, which allows you to bring in your accounts and import users into Zoho Inventory. For EDI, we are integrated with Crossfire EDI, and this will allow you to push your orders and invoices from Zoho Inventory to any 3PL system that you would be using. So that was about the integrations. I hope you were able to get a quick overview on the different features and how Zoho Inventory works. If you want to get an in-depth view of Zoho Inventory and other features of Zoho Inventory, we have a YouTube channel which you can subscribe to and check out YouTube videos there. So let us see how you can integrate your Shopify store with Zoho Inventory and what functionality does this integration provide. Before we jump in and see how the actual integration works, let me give you a quick overview on what items will flow from Shopify to Zoho Inventory. So once you integrate Zoho Inventory and Shopify store, your items will get fetched into Zoho Inventory and will be mapped based on the item names. Please note that if you have similar name in Shopify and Zoho Inventory, the items will get mapped automatically. And if you have different names, the items fetched from Shopify will be created as new items in Zoho Inventory. Once the item fetch is done, the stock on hand details that you have in Zoho Inventory will be pushed back to your Shopify store. Once this is done, any new order that you receive in your Shopify store will be fetched into Zoho Inventory along with their contacts. And you can create packages and invoices from Zoho Inventory, and the shipment and the payment details will again be pushed back to your Shopify store. Now, let us see how you can integrate your Zoho Inventory organization with your Shopify store. For that, log into your Zoho Inventory organization, navigate to Integrations and Shopping Cart, and click on Setup Now. Here, what you have to do is just paste your store name and hit save. So after a brief evaluation of your credentials, Zoho Inventory will be integrated with your Shopify store. As you can see, the store has been integrated. Now, if you click on Show Details, you can see the products and the orders syncing in from Zoho Inventory to Shopify. And you can also activate or disable the stock sync from Zoho Inventory to Shopify. Now, as you can see, you can map your Shopify locations with warehouses in Zoho Inventory as well. For that, just click on Enable and select the warehouse that you would like to map with your locations in Shopify. So once this is done, we'll make sure that the stock on details from this particular warehouse is pushed to the particular location in your Shopify store. So that's about how you can configure your Shopify and Zoho Inventory settings. We have also done an in-depth video on how the Shopify location features works with Zoho Inventory. You can check that out in our YouTube channel. Apart from this, you can also integrate multiple Shopify store with Zoho Inventory. For that, you just have to go to the Shopify setup part and click on Add Store. Enter the details and follow the same procedure as we did for connecting this store. And this would add another store to Zoho Inventory.
Now, as you can see that the sync has been completed. So once the sync has been completed, the Zoho inventory would have fetched the items from Shopify to Zoho inventory. As you can see, you have 18 unconfirmed items in the dashboard of Zoho inventory. These are the items that we fetched from Shopify to Zoho inventory. And these are created as unconfirmed items here because we do not have an item with the same name existing in Zoho inventory. You can do a couple of things to an unconfirmed item. One, you can simply click on confirm and mark it as confirmed. So this would create the item in Zoho inventory. Or you can simply click on an item, update it, change the details here and save and confirm. Or what you can do is simply link it to an existing item. So you can just select any of the items that you would already have in Zoho inventory and just map the Shopify item with that item. So this is as simple as it gets. So that's about how you can confirm your items in Zoho inventory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply bulk select all and mark it as confirmed. Now, if I go back and search for any one of the Shopify items that I have, it should be available in Zoho inventory. Let's head back to Shopify and just select any of the product here, what I have. Go to inventory and select this as the product. So if I go back to inventory and search for this item, you can see that this is available. So that's about it. So what I'm going to do now is basically edit and adjust the stock of the item here. Or you can simply create a purchase order to update the stock as well. Once you have sufficient stock in Zoho inventory, the stock details will again be pushed back to your Shopify store. Let's see how that works. So what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm just going to edit the item and just add an opening stock here. Let's say 10, and I'll add Indian warehouse as well. So remember that we had actually mapped this Indian warehouse to a location in Shopify. So I'm just going to add it as 10 again. And the opening stock value here is 900 and 900, and set save. Okay, let's enter a unit. Let's say pieces and hit save. So once this has been done, if I check back on the same item in Shopify, you can see that my initial quantity that I have in Shopify is -1 in California warehouse and 0 in the Indian warehouse. So once the stock update is complete, let me just refresh here. You can see that the stock of the item has updated to 10 and 10 in this respective locations in Shopify as well. So now let's take a look at how the orders get synced from Shopify to Zoho inventory and what other transactions that you can do in Zoho inventory. So once your store is online, all the orders that the customer places will fall into the order section of Shopify. You can again customize them based on unfulfilled, unpaid, open, and closed. So what here I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and create a sales order just to show you the flow, how the order synchronization works between Shopify and Zoho inventory. So let's take a product. So I'll take the space gray 120 GB. So you can see that 20 is in stock. I'm going to add it to the order. And let's say I'll just add the customer here. Again, the customer can add the shipping and billing address, or you can manually edit it and add it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it as paid. And I'm going to create the order here. As you can see, the sales order has been created here within Shopify, and it is currently in unfulfilled status. Back in Zoho inventory, you can do two things. You can actually fetch only confirmed orders from Shopify to Zoho inventory, or you can actually fetch in confirmed and fulfilled sales orders also from Shopify into Zoho Inventory. So for that, just go back to your Zoho Inventory organization and just click on the active channels. And what you have to do is just click on show details, and you can change the order sync type from here. You can just click on edit and choose it as whether you want only the confirmed orders to be fetched from Shopify to inventory, or you can select confirmed and fulfilled as well. So let us go back and see if the orders that we had created in Shopify has been synced to Zoho Inventory. So for that, just let us go to the sales order module, and as you can see, the order that we created in Shopify has been synced to Zoho Inventory here. So as you can see, this is the order that we created for iPhone Space Gray 1 20 GB, and the customer name was Brad. So as you can see, the order has been created in Zoho Inventory. Now let us see what are the different transactions that you can do for a sales order in Zoho Inventory. First of all, you can create a package. So this is nothing but a packing slip that you would create and for your warehouse staff to pick the items. So I hit save. So once a package has been created, you can ship your package in two ways in Zoho Inventory. One is using the shipment integrations that we talked about, or what you can do is you can simply click on ship manually and create a shipment for the order. This can be auto-populated, or if you want to enter them manually each time, you can do that as well. And you just have to select a carrier type, enter the details, and you can send shipment notification, or if the shipment is already delivered, you can simply choose this and hit save. So the status of the shipment will be updated here. And once a shipment has been created, you can go back to that sales order and create an invoice for it. So you can simply click on the sales order and convert that into an invoice. So we will get all the details from the sales order into the invoice. You can just save it. And I'm just marking it here as sent. You can send the invoice via email to the customer right from Zoho Inventory as well. And you can either integrate with Zoho Inventory with any of the payment gateways that we support and collect the payments online from your customers, or you can just record the offline payment here. You can do partial payment as well and record it. So once an invoice or a package has been created, a stock update would be triggered to your Shopify store. So we can see that the stock of the item, that is the iPhone Space Gray 128 GB, would have reduced by 1 in Shopify as well. Now, the packages section of Zoho Inventory will give you all the packages that you would have created based on their statuses, right from packages not being shipped, shipped packages, delivered packages, and so on. So that is about the sales order module of Zoho Inventory. So Zoho Inventory now supports the return module as well. So if a customer returns any product to you, you can mark the item as returned in Zoho Inventory as well. For that, just go to the sales order that you had created and just click on create sales return. So in the page, we will auto-populate the details for you. And if you want to mark this return as credit only goods, you can just choose an option here. In this, we will not affect or return your inventory back to Zoho Inventory. And I'm just going to save it. So once this is done, you can create a purchase receipt to basically return the item into Zoho Inventory. In this case, the physical stock of the item increases. So I'm going to mark it as received. And once it is received, you can go back to that return and create a credit note. So this is to ensure to record a credit for that customer. So I'm going to save it as open. Once this is done, you can either apply to an invoice or create a refund for it. So I'm going to create a refund, and this would complete the entire sales cycle if the customer returns the product to you. So once the synchronization is done, if we go back to the Shopify store, you can see that the status of the order has been marked as fulfilled. And if you just click on that item, you can see that the stock of the item has gone down by 1 as well. So this is how the integration between Shopify and Zoho Inventory works. So far, we have seen why you would want to take your business online, a quick overview on Shopify, why you would need an inventory management system, and how Zoho Inventory and Shopify integration works. Now, let me give you a quick overview on what are the benefits that you get by choosing Zoho Inventory. Zoho Inventory is tightly integrated with other Zoho applications like Books, CRM, and Analytics, and so on. This means that your data is integrated seamlessly across other Zoho products, and you can get various insight from these integrations. Let me quickly give you an overview on what each of these integration does. If you go to the integration tab of Zoho Inventory, you have something called as Zoho Apps. Now here, Zoho Inventory tightly integrates with Zoho CRM, wherein you can integrate your contacts, vendors, and item module into Zoho Inventory. Apart from this, you can sync your transactional modules like invoice, estimate, sales orders to Zoho in CRM as well. Now, the salesperson will be the one who would be in touch with your customer. So when a customer calls to check details of his package, the salesperson can directly log into CRM and see the tracking details of the package. The salesperson does not need an access to Zoho Inventory. Apart from this, we tightly integrate with Zoho Books as well. So Zoho Books is our own accounting platform wherein you can manage all your profit and loss report, invoicing, chart of accounts, and so on. So it's a complete accounting package. And with Zoho Analytics, you can push the details from Zoho Inventory to Analytics and generate your own custom reports. We integrate with Zoho Desk as well. So Zoho Desk is a customer support application. So whenever a customer raises a ticket or we get a ticket in Zoho Desk, the details, let's say that customer has pending invoices or pending sales orders within Zoho Inventory. So these informations will be visible under that customer in Zoho Desk as well. And with Zoho Sign, you can digitally sign your transactions and send it out from Zoho Inventory. Apart from this, you can use the automation module of Zoho Inventory to create an email alert, to write a field update, or write a custom script to make Zoho Inventory do much more than the normal functionalities. So this is another benefit that you get in Zoho Inventory. And with that, we come to the end of the webinar.